Minu na bibia wako de.
Oh, enya boko ba te be fa ne sa.
E de na e ma nya boko nti abefo ne sa yi.
In focusing some kwaya me ehuna mani. Is it intimi na?
E de na e ma muntimi na wada ma.
No kwani ya menim contractor no ye kwaya ne de oni endimi yie kura. E kwaya na say to the extent to see apa say who is one personal car and now a commercial driver now you supine na. There's no way ohonya oya. We do feel that asa. Also that sorry now there's a commission was about Juma. Imagine you be on things on our age one ministries. Who free on a past 6 hours, what drew a Juma moon term cry by 9 a.m. That's about 3 hours of productive hours I always know. We go point Juma 4, 5 p.m. We do feel neck about 9, neck about 10.
Peace FM.
Brand ebre. Yeah, homemade. I said it's could be carry mine because it's the abre.
The nature of road, it is saying a tutu as a quota contract and a day pot in a oil so aha muntia musu to say a hotna ayedeno. Yes, sir.
Your Anna, I bind the final contract. Over, I think somewhere around 2020, say, final mine. Then Southern Quantum yes, and as I praise the Lord. And then construction started, and my part choice, and somewhere around 2022, almost at the full scale construction. Almost at we the residents, and just say, oh, I have improvement. When they pass, I will say, oh, I'm a contractor, no, I leave. Oh, no, Saba, oh, no, I leave. After the Kwano, or to two from Pokwasi, straight down to in Salom, so here, Jumano. After the Joanna contractor, there's no, as of now, there's no construction going on the road. There's not been a single improvement for the last 5 years. Or Saturday, Jumano, it has become the worst it has ever been. They say, it doesn't make sense because I can't say.
Okay.
Say, Equina is not anything we can even describe, say, a route. Because there's no, it doesn't make sense, say, a major highway, a transit between the major cities of Accra, international road, called the neighboring landlocked countries. This is the state of Equina of the cars in the issue. As creator for to be also, because you say, over free, because they do something, or shock and bula, or tie the pie. So, can I can't as well? A bemunia of home. It is not great for bread. Yes, you casting this way so. Over Groofy, not over joint at Jagon, now shock at Jagon. Commercial drivers crying, say the boo boo, because over club and scan the barrier sales, no. Now that is kind of spare part.
Enchi Kwajo Frank, Yanyan in Tiese and they leaders of the concerned association as a citizens, more the crata coma Ghana Police Service, HSA, my crowd says, a buy me quandia or Yachrebisun, and request a crat and a Yakwaka put for Sana, Monam Kwanso Modeko.
But you say, your police for no enjoy a submitted documents.
Okay. Tis a point for Nijutuma, a daban a mash demonstration in Babaso.
But your 7th July, Monday, and a week. Monday.
Okay.
A free and passes. Yeah. Bring near China by say, we are doing the Abre, Yaprim. Then to me, and for to say, because health-wise, it's not advisable. Aprim for them, so that your page last year conversation with your page, so because I said, Nere. And you must 3 times because the final of us will be and one. They say, Nere Krato Jano. Me and Minoka say, we me too free somewhere last year because it was unbearable. And on November more, and say, oh, I must have a quarter of Edma, and I'm so sad, and I Saba. After the Bible, because there's no point. And our powers around matching. We'll do a moment late. We'll point late. We'll do feel late. They say, I done it on ending cycle of problems.
Okay. Tukwajo di abiani se money policy for ni wia no ama ye nyanentie. Nyame abebehwe se yesanu mbedi nkomo biem ansa na 7th July no aba bedu ebedru ho no na aban kura tie sufre no ama contractor na go back to site no akwa adwuma. Tukwajo we police station di ebejao na amatoa so. Why? Me odi an kan kwa mebu ameka say sa demonstration medium akwetene we one of the organizers sanso na eye kwaku kwa me wusu eka ho bi Kofi Kombesen edim akwetene na ya okese edim akwetene enya de ye DC yen ka say ye tenkrofo bi echi ye di animu adwuma ninti ena no pay ye ti radio so ye call na ya kwoto adwen e wo Kokrokoo so ena no pay discussion segment no na ye de e ba ba hye so yi Shannon so say empanifo atwotworo a omanya bre ba ye nyomo bedi nkomo no ya prof waba prof minini ya che papa ensema bedi nkomo no bi GJ elections koso fake voters and a whole lot bobano senjo vonga bomuku ene ye to abayi president ne secretary ne ye de ye mu bi gina edema kwasi agemai ena eye national organizer no ye de ma eye Maxwell Kudako wono na ye de ma no na suspended CJ ene ne nsema komiche Chief Justice Odagana emre nyina no Supreme Court no ne ho nsensem no na ade a wono ankansa nhihye wo hihye to wona nei eyabona na seden eno asembisa na wodi no so to nchen a amanfo susu se bia amanyosem bi bata na ndi samanyukokura na some calculations bi said be CJ dey free o say anano kra bi ewom na MPP nso wo interest was suspended CJ no emu nsem pa nso ene say MPP fo nso ta CJ na chi ana eno ne ensema yebedi nkomo afa ena AOB Adama Tesno nso I'm rantie mienu bi asabin predia so munye Ghana fo mu fra monone wo mo abegina Independence Square efefefo ano so awale no amika asi atwom but information yensa kan chese enya de a ya chiwomo minority ne de eja egu Ghana mampani so se omomodin biara se LGBTQ bill no obejadma wanyuntum na nyoma nkonkan galamsey fight no me pacho yebetimi akon yesi ye wo illegal hwan task force ene wo legal one esi nye minister for lancer enka yankwa nkwoti asempa kasembone ena esi ewo Ghana ha weni ensem bi ena ene anopa awia enumri yebedi nkumo sense bia na wo America bia na wo Canada bia na wo South Africa bia na wo Ghana ena utie mi dindi odi ankan kwa me bano pay me temu de ma chama general kwa me sefa kan ena nana ya okese the cardinal Dr. George Domfe senior research fellow our Center for Social Policy University of Ghana ene oha Samson professor Reverend Professor Joseph Osafo Adu Mayi Kwame Nefrim Kwame Niwom Director Center for Aging Studies onso aha Alhaji Kamal Din Abdullah former Ghana's council no Saudi Arabia onso aha ononyamfo Adams Abdul Salam member of Parliament. Oh, okay. New Adubiase. Oh, any Madukrom. New Adubiase, Mrashebe Gwenin. So, also a very vociferous, a bass postuma, or Kankakra, Ninu, football administrator, or also be Pimoa. And then for me, Mama Chima Munazwa Kwaba.
Yeah,
Josuli. Namapumbo Code.
Papa, now also.
Edanyamiasi Boko. Honorable, me new share face to face say that. And I know Bunyamedu. Oh my, oh okay. And I say former Saudi Arabia, Boganaba. When I can say that for pa. And we say a platform Sunni Kokrokoo, or Tani DC and Ipa. Doc, Bibia Boko.
Yes, you are the room.
That I used to say. Say, Mam Suboko there.
I do Boko.
You. Any initial comment, Ghana Journalists Association elections are ene ye ho ya na eboda ru nsem eboko twiboko batanya na nsa na social media beka ho na ndi nyina gina so elections ne ye ne initial comment starting from Professor Osafu
Ori
Prof
Michia
ejo so akra
na Michia tiefo nyina na unse Mondays ye me ba ya na mekai menkwakrafo ene memerwafo manchi omo
na wama
na ese te se de me ba ye kra me refi omo ana me ne mo ninkuma me ba hanso chakakra na say ja center no ho adwuma ni akone aba de ekopipi baby ana yakɔhwɛ ye de friend of benchmark visit na ya hwɛ de yɛkɔ ɛwɔ amaya hodo so said ye wosi etu anamopa and make sure say obi a wadi 60 or 65 senior citizens are kuroso ebekoyi Germany ni Portugal yakofa ho
okay
na chese odi aman bi no they are serious
ewo mrewa ho ene nkokra ho
yes odi a serious work enya agro ye jikura how about etu mo jeje mu a yes you be before yes you are say ni akoto na twene debi na bia chine beka ho asem enti mi chi obi a wonga ameka mo say obi anom na duro o aduro bi anom o nsu bi anom o aduane bi adi na ja akenkan bi ho no akenkan ni nyina improve
okay
adwene enti odi Mondays no me hu say na issues ni political pa yeah Monday class no yeah focus but then no say the issues net na bi o ha
obe dodge on
bi o ha me dodge but bi me make quick comment na meba other ones no ba so na ma baby so odi GJ elections na me catch a dog say oh na we so we so even say fear ya be say ana obidi afemu ana
say na no 70
hey
prof baby anyo sa
odi oh
I saw them is it
enti odi we dey me nkan biri e tetia mate say em say cha na mo to aba no
mpacho
ene na cha
ene ne yeto aba no
ene ne yeto aba no enti no ahobo bi amayi bia no I wish them well. I'm just hoping say processes no emeye de ye be wi no yo nko aka say ewiem and also say obi aka say me na esanka me win na me win
prof me giri say positions are to about Ghana no eya ne amanyofo de nya the same thing
in America no
because for some two year 2 year you obenya president you obenya secretary you obenya organizer the welfare of the journalists you know and you part of their decision and come plans umbiem
oh not just say
because odo opako nkronkuma ma yenu nkuma started journalism broadcasting no nobody cares about them but they do elections there they will get closer to you
and the elections Ghana no elections of all kinds in na just say me won say the ten say ebere no so a nipa na opese ye to no so aba no and yes femo kra no beda na wetete no so a obeda no wetete no wie ya pe na just say eko na sometimes the transactional nature of elections no just say people will wait until say wo be to aba no na fe waye na say be to aba is me hu say na ekwan bi ho a na yegusu pa yegusu mo ekwan ranka na eda ho a obi anguso nso aka few days a be to aba no na che say ye hu adwuma enti no me hu say President Jumfo he set for a landslide victory ebi so ka hon wa bi odi wa bi wa
akwasi agema pambo deputy news editor wa Adom FM ena maso kudalo ono so oko national organizer secretary
and the president ni pa hina contest
I think say nipa tu ba Jumfo na say amanfo bundin pa
ntina Jumfo so minimum me minimum no I say me hunu da me share on several occasions
me dem nyanko mtutia no
oh sound
because emra oba no ye nyina me to aba man
okay when you come back
oh that be some journalist ma go to be oba me to aba man
okay but I friend you want to
me to man no de na me hwe kwan say omo be ye no me hu ni sa
okay
the welfare of the journalist
no welfare ye den welfare no
tie ye nua nkuma bi omo ye adwuma yi omo akatua sem omo bambo sem ye hunu omo nkura se we asem ekwa menka obi nka bi mom se njoni bi hu kokam a eno anse de release bi ade aba wete sam opportunities bi ama eman central for Ghana omunya drus ruwa no mu refi omunchi he is not a bad person but me feel say
no kwan say Obetumi aye no. Wentumi aye.
I am a church member.
And you know, Odi, I wish them well. We just a few comments. I wish them well. Say Obia anko na mem Obia enko ye adea ensen emfata. Ese kwato aba. Mesre kwato aba. I hope say more than enye said ye to aba ya. Obi kwato aba na yakutu nani. Na edidua akobɔ ne tim. Saa ne nyina isi ija. Enti kwana kwa chawadwene. Say ope jumfo a ope ba akona kwesi agyeman the ope bia no. I wish them well.
Thank you. You Kamal Din so a Deputy National Communication Director, New Patriotic Party. Chief Adaroma, Kafra say I me you watch no. Manofu me facha me.
Odi no problem.
Mate.
Doc neighbor na say.
But you come me. Na me the doc kwa bonopo.
My menchia etifo na menchia was so. Eni nyuma pa moye. Eni menchia doc ne prof.
Yes.
Prof say Monday class there. Na politics extension and nose. Na they are political animals. I tell you like so now exactly. But first of all, GJ, Ebimo say the media is the fourth estate of the realm. San say ohwe ye mrapona and constitution say your judiciary, your executive, and your legislature.
Sure.
Now media no play critical role in it, you know. Ama most pundits and most in before more money no. Media would have a role to play. Chichu the Article 162 of the Constitution of Ghana and how important the Constitution has described the media to us. And he wait to say GJ Kuno. Eye Kua, any say for the Edia Croc.
Debbie Cry.
My son say, and then Ubenya information every journalist. And then Ubenya say policy analyst. And I yet analyze the policy. Ama abine association normal year abwa or minor every journalism. Because all this has to do with reportage now that day. But the fundamental question I want to ask Odi, who is a journalist in this country?
Brofun wakana when is training
within the context of professional any ekuno why any agina to say ampa or a journalist so called and now on the some training and kasa I was sefata say obekwa to abayibi. I'm raising this because of fake voters allegation na abemuno.
Okay.
Oh, I'm saying Kenya difficult. We are a lawyer for
Ghana Bar Association.
Young Frau and now, if you are not called to the bar, you can never
be part of that association.
We are part of the membership.
Okay.
And a very important quote GJ is say, Odi, I don't want to tell us, try to tell us, say, you need data at their head office. HSA, you updated data no. Wow, we're completely from GJO. Say which institution you accredited? And then Nipana Oma ya from no, and I Oma complete no muye sa adwuma no. You need data and register mo na. To the extent that a very important course say saying GJ is saying say and alleging say fake voters be a yab. No, that's a serious matter. So I will say Mestre executives now omo horse say because ayenyan to aban you money. They are still running. Yeah. And then executives are on bano. Yeah, anticipate on bano. First of all, establish the sanctity of that particular institution.
Okay.
That's the first job they should do. Senipa go Ghana. We raise a very important point. Who they call Mia regions no. I have worked in a radio station before. Okay? But of course, there are many omoye juma radio station omo ntimi kasa omoye journalist so called. Tell say when is some training kasa. Enti obi a ya fa na juma say wo de koye juma wo radio station. Enya say me betina na pay ya ma ko school me some training na. I want to know these definitions. I know you're very important. And now I come here I say charlatans have come to take over the work. And we are now grappling with disinformation and misinformation in the system. Obitine dem a ozo ma be TV station me a journalist or pet microphone e dia so honum nsem hunu bia na oka Infantia man pay.
But
A journalist.
no cry now can
No, it's a serious matter. Obi so sorry wako on the phone. Wako pet take one abi. Or say me a journalist.
or a blogger.
No, or try and for penny for the pass baseless. And you more time. And so it goes, it disseminates. Now information also call. So penny now we didn't attempt also only opportunity to defend himself or say in the correct and no correct. So I think GJ, your election is not just to do this. First of all, what can you do? I'm with my boy, and then any Minister of Information Bureau. We have government spokesperson communication.
Yeah,
very good. Say number to then number to my yabwa. Ama munyina motime so this disinformation and misinformation. Again number to my ayabwa ama Minister of Communication so all stakeholders. Nanka motime aye hojuma aswa no kakra. Say ntimi en yikura at least emrase. But I think a lot is going on her. GJ must be concerned about. But and I pay there, maybe who the first issue I mean who they not mirror because if you are telling me say nipa na also on the class say sir concerns are me raise ebe one nipa no class list I eba no fake people wom on be to aba
asemaba
ono also say sir profession ethically it's upheld in high esteem no nipa no say about no kwa na me kwa no kwa won be to aba no kwa be fake. So I think we should as media personnel any omo aye concerned about media ye no ma ye nyina because obi aye concerned because ubanya information over village be it's through the media. And I think say we all have to help and assist them to be able to say omo timi aye omo dwuma ye. Finally, welfare sama okoka yi. To be honest with you, the media people are suffering.
Sure,
I'm telling you the truth.
a leadership now.
I said that I little research on it. Who they call a radio station ewo Uti region. Call radio station ewo Western North. Obe who will be a friend yet 200 cities a month. I know Peace FM. I'm telling you the truth. I remember radio stations. Obi sa journalists. Obi a one year in school, media school, here for Juma. Nipano, a man 200. And now come and their integrity has been thrown to the dogs. Because Sabi, me wa yere nema. And I have nothing. Na me yejuma was me 200 or 300 a month in a radio station in somewhere let's say and somewhere Bolgatanga and 300 Ghana. Obi be bottles too no. Now oba be just at 300 Ghana I yejuma one full month. So obi basse Jessica way neko ka some way against way ya onya na. You will do it. Into the I think say there's a lot happening for ya kwa you mu ombo ye hodjuma.
Okay.
Enye kasa.
You.
Come on, dear, there's a papa no so submission GJ for elections are about so doc. Drew so.
Yeah, you there I mean chia atie for na muso me na mwase opportunity ya mo de mami. I mean Peace FM no doubt is the biggest in the country. They be I'm a researcher in fact the biggest radio station Manfo T Peace FM and the biggest television Adum TV. Unfortunately Adum TV.
You know nya get that.
I think it should be UTV.
Unfortunately it's on the data. Okay. Baby on my Ghana baby or her in UTV. I don't for so I think that they were smart. Omo DJ boss be no the buy no.
Yeah.
Ama almost everywhere omo nti media survey na omo
sana mu hu no.
Sana you hu.
Yes you hu different.
But Peace FM there for so many years it has always been the biggest nti. Say e ba so e be kasa ye ni ko baby nti ye damase was platform na modi amaye no am yemfani agro na ye cancer Monday ba say ya mama no mra from kakra say be tell na prof kan ya me ne ya adwen fa and dey say I know shit but you remember mod dance ye be kabi ya mod dance ye be kabi na answer na no mamen chia nipa bi papa bi a me ne wa sorry am ibu no pa by Yura Cesar Johnson East Airport I'm Methodist was uti ano pebi ntimi no ka say de uti me hu na say de ni o sitina also I'm a journalist pa we journalist but I think the Ghanaian Times I'm in Penyufo bi pa Yura Sir Johnson Emmanuel Matedis hona ye vice president Eson
okay
the vice president of the Republic of Ghana na me so so ma mencha no pay Reverend Bawia on say the uti mi pa ma mencha asafo nyina na prof kan sembi fortunately adwuma me so say me ye pa no researcher you say legon na say ope baby na odo ho che na nka ye hwa nka ade a me ni gye ho na nka mesua ho ne ma pa de public sector and economics kwaya abai fa so gigi ni sika na wodi nti na tambia no na mano aye den na me kasa ne no ne ade a kana me bo ho modern pa no so kwa na me kire pa actually unfortunately another fortunately baby am wo no me chi me adwuma o Center for Social Policy and Studies eno no kire se kwambia so no me development and economics as a chire say me hwehwe nipa nsem mu nipa asitene mu especially ona sabi onibi say na o masitene mu sitie me ye research mo nti media na akoye gender unse ye ha no ya na mema tesi ma ti me ye ho adwuma kakra na ba bia me sai di mu akotene pa ye o mu mpanyim fie aduru mpempenso bi a o ma ye mre na o mu mre yo so esem nti no ase eniema bi nkoyie ma o mu na ye nyina so obia ada obia mfi wo mo se de na prof kan omunyini saa na sebe omo adwen no to chema kakra yese omo ya baifo sentini se omo nsem omo keka no ya na am insisi so me yenwu adwuma pa na ade ba ko a yehu ni se ukọ abrochi memu a omo anyini pa ufa omo bi di se Japan omo na anyini pa omo ho no median age 49 years na je se ufa ho no ufa nipa ufa 49 years na omo ya above 49 years na omo ye below no omo dodo ye pepepe Ghana ye median age 21 na je se Ghana yo man bi abru ni beka say we are useful, our population is useful ye ensure that enyini na ade bi a na say
that doesn't also mean say you win temana.
Oh, ye win temper. Say economy ni bi anye. Ndi ye win temper na enyini na ye nyini che no so no. Da chin bi mu ye kwaya e beka ho asem. Am West Africa ye di mu akotene pa. Enye no. Na ma menka se ye ka omana omu ni patimi nyini pa. Ghana Africa ha ye di mu akotene. Ye one of the best. Ye ni panyini pa. Ye ni panyini no. Ufa nipa wo ha bia ne e wo Ghana ha emu nso pe na atimi anya mfia adusia na akiri
out of 100 emu enso pe
23 eye below 60 ana Ghana so Ghana Sasca Service nchechiri mu kire say we below 60 onye older person you say when you 60 and above asana why you older person that's how for you know omu ye 7 out of every 100 that just say nyini kra eno kra no ours is far better than the countries around. That's what I say. That just say but the yehu eni say sabre no nyini no abeto ye kwa mama ahwa ebeduru brebi no yesoso ye benyini pa because Ghana 7% no na nsia na yeduru ho ye best ni yana ebi mu kase o first ni panyini enya no kra ni nyini na de na wo mu say na economic ayilete no
enya no kra say
enya no kra minua say me kwa kra say a mikro mu dem ma o tie me woni pa bi wa menye na she school as 1977 ene wawo anya ba amane ba wo say na mu kana na nkan so a so what I say me so me ni banana me ba me first born graphic no level 400 dey only so eti me no ukona me ko chose say nipa we me ni ne gina I'm just 52 years but me chose say nipa we me ni ne egina unyi ni da wa boabrewa de wa boabrewa na boabrewa pa do wa akokora so wa bo pa the first no omu nyina me no mu ye almost around the same age first ni nipa nhyɛ da nyedai enyini saa nanso nam sɛ na adwumaden ne ade nti na ye gontem a odi ujira we wenya system ka obi anyini so usa na obi nya 70 ma sorry ameko na maami bi am system Emmanuel Matedis na omo ka kire me tama onya 50 years omo kae me se me ne me wife eje achinya che se wo hu na won se obi a sabe nke bi kra 40 years kra de be susu no So enti enne na setena na ahyase say dey improve.
Okay.
Improve nya na ye nyini che. Me ne wo ka say me se wo ha bia no emu nson.
Eno de
e older person.
Doc, ye be share nya brand ya ba ho.
Enti enam say
ya nya careful ye be deviate main topics no. Enti wo de support. You say prof si wo bo no tofa.
Yo,
to adaro ma yem fancy e ma GJ fo no so.
Yo, enti dia me come na akwawe ye ne say mpanyini die no ye nyina ye be bi. Enti ye sere obi asa wo ne panyini bi tifi a fa ni die dey.
Emma no
na oso obeduru ho. GJ
mema 30 seconds because wa ko we
ayedini ade na Ghana ene say aso dem kra ye to aba na akoye bibi o but odi ade ba ku bia mi hu ni say you don't have to be only a leader and say na wetimi serve your people ya na akoye bibi so bia pese ese kon bia so no e de obe leader enye sa na mi hu no mi hu ni say ubetimi aboa pa baabi a wo bia betimi aboa wa branch se chenchen say dey am oye leader na enye dey aso a nipa bi so ebe leader nyankopon oboy ne sa na oboy o obi wo hono ma ye wo na won say dey nyinti na yebu ba bi say dey ye wo ohempon no na dey na akokora atiase so obi wo ha ye wo na wonyini bia nso so leadership qualities no nyame de ama no so atiase ye wo nipa bi sa ana ye obi wo so nyame so de ama say wo no you don't have to be a leader ba wo kra no una obetu omofo wo so ahoden bi una wo de beboa amatem bia baabi a wo no ne ma yede atimi akoso enso akoye se nansen ade bia me hunu obia pese de we leader na ekoba saa na ya na ede aprapre no eba mo na ye nyina ye te ho ase amenka se da bia ye manipa ba akona enko ba ye nyina ye nyantiase ne se sometimes mo hwe wo ho a na say wo hwe wo na wo hwe I mean say they will sit here or temperament and they say they will see ni pakasa say they oniema sit na say wo hwe wo ho a e say wa na utu ho fo so na say ye jama dodo na akoguma eno na akoye ntokwa de na mo journalist mo na mo sorry a mo hwe say de obi ade a oye no obe ni yi mo na se obi bokro no a mode ba ebeka magana 40 mo na obi ya ade enya mo ba beka na se mo so mo koto aba na se yesi mu voter register no ensensemo ma na je se na Ghana ye kwa na ye bai who watches over the watch right
Canada Japan Mr. Vidasipa Dr. Jordan Fe ena motene kano Sabi Honorable Adams Abdul Salam Member of Parliament for New Edubiase Abatu Mpeso Honorable Bekensa Honorable Amakwaba
Mejo Sominia
na pombo ko de
nyame adom
de nyame ase boko na yankwankwa da so
yankwankwa ho pa
Isiamo division
nyama mu nshada nye
Isiamo division
yo division 1
division 1 wa
afi ka kakra bi nga yako ye saati ko yechi
eno
ai
enene nansa ana msumidi mi team
ai
Anka Football Academy qualify by division 2
yes
tika kamote badi anka mboto mo division 2
ai da o say de ye game na si akoye no
yeah
say wan kasa so be kan okra o say football na just straightforward sir
sure
o say nipa 22 ejina park so bobo ala ya na ye o say omo an e bobo no especially your side of the world in Tiana Nyoma Biblu. And unfortunately for New Bias, so I'm say since the inception of the team no Abribia yebo away. Ye more home that since I about division 1. If you say New Bias ye ni parka and as a stadium and I be a ball like fit for purpose.
Okay.
Inti Abribia no yebo home yebo boase and as a be quiet inti players no training ye bibia New Bias no must to kwine alcohol be kwa na so boase ansa na the following week no so yasa kwa away games no njem say eno ye one of the main challenges I face ma sikasem ho funding expensive ana say of course we bo home psychologically no home eboa wo mo enti me sure say ye be sports wa but these are some of the challenges I face and of course other interferences from for one person with biase ebe qualify
among for say we no brother mu ye plain na affect mo no
na we say wo honum na say wontimi kan okra especially udru level bia and I say age bia na say wontimi kan okra oh we are here minim the entia what we are here enti em say ye be ko so aka ne say the city na ye qualifying so we want to qualify on our own merit
okay
yes say obi be boaye and I say some interference be free baby aba na aba be boaye me qualify em pen say san ye pen am ye sure say by this time
qualified that
yeah qualified that but ye share next season ye gu so aye toto nioma
yankonko a mo ba na league ni mo de party mo nyina mo samra
league ni mo ye de
mo nyina mo samra na park na den ase kura mo ntimi nye park no
yeah share stadium ase stadium ankasa sports complex ankasa ase in 2015
okay
2016 na friend is saying under President Mahama na be share boso be amaye and wo sha ase na jafofia anto ataye di free aban mu ye free aban mu aban foforo ne baaye no em say ye ba be kwa abato 2020 no omo ba ho so omo ba be em say baby omo be so mu no e hono ma na e ba be duru ye na de na asefim kakra wo ho ne say we say na ya sha ase aduru baabi be 40% aban ne baaye no omo se da bi de ye no omo mpene saa nti is say omo be ye ebi omo be sesa drawings no na o matoa so no na omo sa kwagye asase foforo nti ende wo ba nu adu ase a stadium ba ko na ye no e wo site mienu ni nyina nso bebe e wo no ni nyina nso aka nwuram nti em say me call parliament one of the things me raise no severally I mean me call parliament me who say one issue MPB raise no more than 2 times and I say even once cry but in the last parliament me frame minister about 3 times emani be ye de bia oba em say asem kro na akopim say ye different aban mu and ye ready budget em say nyame adom etimi ni minister kasa me ye de ahye budget no mti president ahye yebo say we de beka big push no na waboa ema until be bia fie na ye de ye ni mi yetimi aye stadium me ankasa mafam me ye bibi kakra e wo ho because me on peso aso me ankasa me ye bi park bia na ada ho since 90s no and they okwa amaye ni ye the friend sense san aguso green grass aguso agye ho aye flat light wo ho no ma and at least you were decent place aye bobo but then and you fit for division 1 game nti ye bekoso ani abobo ase ni atwen se ye betimi aye kese no de amaye
yate ona boye da se amanyofo mu na mbeku yanso agya ene mu na ekọ ne ba se group ba ko ye park mienu we ye ndie wa ha we ye ndie wa ha yamna GJ elections ne so your initial comment
yo minu ya me da se em se prof mienu omo wa ha no mo ne minu akamadin akansem ni nyina na em se de nwanwa wo ho kakra ne se GJ and as a journalist I say omo na ye the fourth estate of the realm. I mean, some political scientists, some commentators, aka say nkebe ya na nke yenye legislation na nka journalists ye momo enye your friend is say enye an arm of your friend is saying government and no child say untimi understate the importance of journalists. And journalists apart from say omo ye watchdogs no me gidi say was omo ye example edema even amanyofo nanka election ti say no mutimi ba no meka say monhwe say the election a say the si transparent na credible edifa enti endra menya topics no na me wan say whole journalists association no mo kwa akoto aba ye say register no ebi no so edin bi wo ma eni say ewom ebi nso say register no enye no kra na wo say ye de to aba no enti na akwakoye say omayimu no edifree universities and there's also Legon and the Jimpa campuses na say ba beto aba enioma ekoso wo ho no enti me call K University me share first year me share me study political terrain now of course na me nya share politics ase but na me feel say honum nanka me de be share ase but me share enioma ekoso wo ho in terms of accountability any election because the kind of rhetorics I course on campus student elections keke na me say there be say man hwe na me de me ho ko hye saadi we say mu a anhwa be corrupt me e wa hansa kra na de be pese me ye wo politics mu ankasa no maba be nti akwai say o mayi mu no election bia is so contentious. It doesn't matter the level and it doesn't matter who is involved. Nti enka GJ omonanka ombe example e dia maye. So what I say because said ye na prof e ka no. Na prof ka say enye chinchina say was obi aye leader. But the mechanism say enye chinchina say was obi aye elected leader. But so what I say me call election when you edubiase. Say new edubiase for anto aba mamia. I don't try say mean to me emfa kwan bi so emfa mwa your friend is saying new edubiase for. Em say that's how I was see who elections.
Sure.
Sa kwan no so na was ye defa eco election say wo ko election a wo de wo hu koto say enkofo no
enyi wuni ni ento aba ma
omunyi wundi no omonto aba ma so ye to aba no na say ya anto amfa ma wa eno nkyere say
untime mwa
wo manfo obi say nka menya MP na ka be wonu ma bibira in my own way no betimi aye ebi kura nka betimi aboa your friend dey say constituency no ana say me kuro no a chen say MP enti em say sa na wasi hu elections at any levels na yetimi bua na sa your friend say abribia ebeto ababia tension unnecessary tension and characterize elections no ebetimi e dey free na ye ka wa fence ho asem em say no dey aye your friend is saying asema de bia ye ka say ye ka journalist ho asema na bi nua kama dey ka say wokọ ebia your friend is saying go so na ni wadu biase na on dey o hwe akiri me dey me hwe ha ya
o hwe nkran
me hwe nkran ha ya
o dey abankran
mu amu ha ya
ya asem na abeke
so what you say me hwe because me so na be wo na say dey no wo ka no ebia wonti frame me ho say journalist and I say na me sports journalist but before say me call parliament no na ade ba ko pa me ye pa say radio station can see be organ ha bia me ko hoko kan sports one asem
oh okay
so what you say enti na me nuano mo ye sports na me nim o masetinam ye nuano mo kan news em say ye nyina ye nim o masetinam even journalist akese a obo mu di a na obi afi say o say o mai mu adwuma bi wo ho a wo ya na say we ye popular na nkofo de equity your friend is saying well being no mo kura no say wuti o mo nsem mu a ultimu say mu ye den emu odin enti em say aba o mo kwa kwati de bia me ka say
ye ka manfo asem mo mba ye ntimi nkan asem
na me nim de enti amuntimi nkan asem
ene ye kama
me nim de enti so amuntimi nko strike
ye suppose for a strike am so be
strike ene ade so ho aha enti de bia na me ka say ye kwa akoto aba e wo say omo to aba no omo tie the viability of any administration to how omo your friend is saying ebekun edi ama wo mo say administration bi be viable e was say e gina ensama wo kan ye ntimi say the current GJ president or say rani bi ona na wo say ka obeto abatia no ana nda obeto atia no
ele mekwa akoto bi du a
de enti a won to man ne say ensama wo kan say oba ye obeba be ye no me gidi say bi a
to my expectation we nu ho
ama anso wani so what you say enti sa na wo say ye to aba so what you say na nkwa ye say ye ba betu aba yi ye de bi be wo sika chen bi
ba we dey ansem ye nipa boni ni ka go say oya madam fo panzo
enya hwe eno nkire say wonye wadam fo so wo hu na bia wo pe na wo president de bia na wo fi say odi a enya de be boa journalist wo o man because we share the plight of journalists aminia asefem say de na kama de ke obi wa si 200 cedis obi wa kura yentua neka obi sori ahomachi be ye 4 ebe adwuma na waba beti na adwuma mu a mana bo be ye 12 ye say yenya adverta na won so benya commission nti journalist no no na wo so sa market na wo ko hwehwe okope wasa dane your friend say marketer
sure
and was also okope your friend say advertiba ediba ansa no waba benya commission na wo hwe community say no adubiase your friend say adwumakuo san na wo no adubiase a sabi omo wosika o metimi ede aba be your friend say ebebo omo enwumadi ehudwa dawuro e wo radio so enti eno na was say the welfare issue has become a long standing your friend say problem I was here so na medicine no na was here so say how many radio stations are enough e wo mayimu because the moment a baby radio station I was here fan call for mom ye adwuma so what you say enti so was DJ president no on fight for welfare I mean to what extent and obetimi ayeden obetimi akọ how control ben obetimi anya wo this your friend enormous radio stations your friend is say springing up abuso honom no nti I think said there has to be controls, and as a country, we need to make a determination as to how many radio stations are enough. See, per se, yetimi buana radio station bi aso ofa nipa na so obetimi ahye wo mo ye na radio station aka san so kra no, because radio station bi sha ase na agu ebi wo ha akwa so madum no because omutimi ntwe light bills.
Yeah,
that's also what you say. And aban fufura start yi afena friend say enkofo a omo nso na omo ye opposition no na radio stations are no mo boyachi say your campaign after na yenso ye ba beje licenses
amusuma ba boyachi
yenso yakwa ko bibi na ye dey account wo I mean that's how it's your friend is saying that has been the trend and nothing and because obi o radio station kura wo hia ekuro bi wo ho no mo a radio station e ba ko enough but because of
but it's almost like some of the MPs Obia yenya radio station no.
Menya sure say on our part there menya sure sir on the NDC part.
Oh really?
Oh yes, I mean
no, do you research? You even have more.
No, I don't think so.
Oh really?
Yes, I don't think so. Because in the last 8 years, the number of after 2016, the number of radio stations, any TV stations are about no. Emu finance so emu be 80%.
They made many to from who ni say oko region bi na say constituency bi say NDC for the dominate to her na radio stations wo na private but na NDC for there oko ba bia MPP ne dominate ya fa me side example me watch mu that is the Achim enclave oko Achim so adura radio station wo no MPP MP dia oko Achim achiase a radio station wo na MPP MP dia oba Achim dan 2 radio stations wo no 3 radio stations no MPP MPs dia and oba Achim manso a radio station no MPP MP dia sa na wo ko se hwini ni mpatem nso a honorable Samson he say on radio stations
yes sa
na
yes senior MPs no and there I mean definitely that but the American say sa radio station our body do we really need them?
And your
that's
question.
The question.
Yeah.
So that's the question. Yeah.
Okay.
So you benya sa radio station. Here say where do be as for radio stations me you know. As you see I must start to say ba kokra na mkwan so aye sa ba be kan.
Edoso. Say e create employment ana.
Employment yentua woka.
But I don't know I'm telling me trust me so me radio station bi. Ahenka 93.3 FM no watch mo babo mi krom. Now woka about light bill ne say ye ka chense ntwofo so mo nkwa bonten. Mo ko pa adwumamra no. Me de me giri say ne kwan so no. Untimi ga say me tie me journalist nti radio so nkwa na mekasa. Adwuma ni hia scared be run. E betua to de ama aban. Betua ginari, betua snake.
Na we ni marketing department.
O marketing department.
Morning show host no. Ono na so oba adwuma wi a. Say oba ko fie. Na wakwaje na home. Na wasa prepare for the next morning show no. Na wasa ko market. Wasa ko krum.
Ade say encourage. For example, you know tu kwa brochire a. Omba boy amane so adwuma no pa. Oba ko ye awia, oba ko ye numre. Oba morning show me pacho me bo. Oba morning show no power point 10-11 wako. Ubetima ko home. Your figure as the morning show host you know, e ko company e ko pe adverter, e carry weight. Oh, wona wo kasa no. Wona wo host show no. Ene ye product ni say, ye pese wo cheche mu kura say na be den. Obeka no. Enti e no carry weight kakra. Say e ko say wo the morning show me ba ha as a newscaster. But me drive time. Me news. Me Sunday after church. Say chairman say fuck anyone and I can so to kwan. NSP mre. Say me buy na man stadium. Na mensua. My one way presenter. Say basa redundancy aba inipa nkofia. Because say wuntimi nyehwe. Wo kofie. Ti say adwuma na nsakrai kakra den. Abem na na me expect ye leaders. GJ president in penifo ne say. Enko mbetimi coordinate ye nyina especially private ones no. Na omde measures nhihye bia gun se bia en kan fam betima because of the judicial one betima fa nipa 5 betima fa nipa 2 wetima hwa to mu ka nipa 2 wetima hwa to mu ka yi ma yakobu obu akurasi free ni abono
you just ngam pese me support to kakra
okay
because yam fan say Peace FM NTC FM obi biara we ejuma ha bia no de I was say a vision and I need to do who say sa company ebetumpo and you understand so role be play as a member of the company, I don't think say it's a problem. The only problem I want to say, my uncle say me a host. Now we are hoster and son a bit you are this is a for business.
Exactly.
And a question so.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it is your duty to also use your face and your decano.
Yes.
Say we could action business about a bar. Oh, you are come marketing. Now director who say I'm pa me host. Was some with Juma Cross and the Juma Swaba and also Etimiboa.
Yes.
But who can say okay, host are me for we. So we have presentation one go for juniors about man so I mean to you.
Now Mr. Manyes can first can we?
No,
So
Me as the owner of the business, let's get my man.
I would say,
but you need to have a business plan.
who reference you know more man on it. Or yeah, multiple jobs just to survive.
Sure.
Sa go for me kwatena Canada kakra. Me sha se sa na me ye no. Me kwa ha 8 hours na ma ba fie kakra. Na ma ba sua de kakra na time so na me sa call me second job. But then na me kwa yetua me ka.
Sure.
So what you say? And you say what the marketing? Can morning show host to one. Also making sure say some marketing now work. Oh, 29 na wako. Akwa pay you grano. It was your friend is saying because say juma na no ya overtime no ya no. And overtime some we yan man our reference woman overtime you try double. Double and half.
And you are
yes. So what you say? Enti like you said. Minim say challenges be brave or radio owners no if you see challenges
sure.
Financial your friend is saying challenges owing from the fact say they say a could be
revenue mobilization na for
revenue so what you say but then and he say ye gina no so na ye ma ye nuanom so a so yes adwuma no mo ebre wo hwe ebi ma setine mu no say wo hu ebinom say de omusi bre na ya ka so mo ye journalist na wo dwen say na na me dwen say anti nipa say politician bi e ka so be influence na e ma na ye nneoma enye say against the ethics of journalism aden wo nye
mate
so what you say
honorable what make you case Monica sa yeda say honorable Adams Abdul salam so karam Kamadin medina mebo anetem biambeze mitene Alhaji Kamadin oye deputy communication officer man new patriotic party new adubiase MP ene kasa we si wono abeka say yewo NDC park ene yewo MPP park ewo new adubiase we no dia nga kwa ka mo se mentumbu no man aye chechire ni nyina so taxpayers money ene ko waste ade anke betimi de effort akwa one side ni ayate ense free hu no we ye ne de eden na motete ye Ghana asa
wo kan mi enu nyina boma NDC de ne MPP de ne boma an kan tete no be 40 billion
ahwe
ene gu rem yes
honorable mu heyo na akuntabo da wo ye
we MPP for da also mu hwe yi
na mu na o mu ye bi
da bi say de ye so what you say ye de ye yo ena Ghana for to abatia ye and I must say, Omoya, so no more campaign say, we mo, Parky or Moyo de Dadam, and Yadium Bay, ye buy any ani baby, and Omo buy, or mania October 2020. May they year or more who so lose election, or MP no who so lose no. And Okusuiana, ye time 2 million Ghana cities, the mark contract as one, to buy 2 million. No,
I was young. I
was some what they twasono. I don't know, or Sabeto as or Sabet Kuhun ananom, and an ananom suicide chas as a fofro. Edema enti ni nyina so ufri ya na okwa ha o
enti bota ben na faso ben ni benya fisa anyoma we
faso bi ani so enti afi na ye hwese
nananom so na di asase ne ma o
nananom na di asase ne ma o
nananom ye da mase
ai
ma ya de
ene mo ndana
prof we de na so se ase na maye no topics na ye ho no empese me hye mu bia wo de wafu ani fam topics ni nyina no wo de wani fam a the next 5 to 7 minutes no why justice to one of the topics near their sorry so bida minyagwa nke kan GJ no nko about sense ma banenti e go sense ntwofo ye ne obodo ro Ghana ha inti ye ho yasem ba esi enya brena nke domu asuko na yesua bibi di film because amanyofo minu apani Kamadin na honorable ni wadu biase mutie mo na mu use yen ana mu use and dump amanyofo mu dimu akotene keke ya di wombe din semone we obo ani ayo mato nchen ti si akwa stomach direction is ya betima tra predict say we wa ha mo anso na mo shekire prof yanko yanim
ori me pese ani ma mienu ana me de mani yesiso diri kan chief justice issue no na me be hwe na free my perspective as a psychologist. Meaning say me expert discuss the constitutionality whether a kwaya yedi mamene faso Ghana amambra no constitution efa ne kwan so ena metie wono so a wogitum say oh ebi a we the usual witch hunting said ye aban esesa na etaba no mamene in the press conference no kasa nyina de metie no twice ni mabeya 9 ena me hu say ededi wo dedi kan ededi wo ni say mamene no e kire say processes no quite opaque. FM. You should say opaque. I can say be opaque.
Me.
Just say we opaque. We
you can't see through.
True. I just say and now fine. They told me no or kind they say we're receiving veiled threats and threats. Veiled threats and just say be or nipa no or no I say what take a crack. I na the threat no open threat say nipa na ka just say one reason here ade be yo no also we nye no so etos me nsa oka ho asem no ene say o say baby ana committee no Asia no em say edu lodge so no it was to intimidate her say say ho ni Asia na ye de hunahuna no ena fe de to so na metie from the kasa mo say bebre wonga epen yi wonga epen asem wona wose wonim no etuni fo say de ekon sa na ban bia ya NDC NPP ba ebe hunum na nkofo wo de atwen me ba obehu ma beka na ha say the way I chichire ye man no say sometimes it sansem no a eya hu say we don't look like a serious nation. Say abai besesa ni hunum na nkofo wo ka obehu nti obehu say technocrats I bit me aboa na oman na koso ye yima ton chen. And it's one of the reasons why India sometimes in any academia and be empese only mu pa bet me ayen so on fa na munji. And the man say for 35 years of working in the bench. One a friend will say, oh, mama resign. What you step down. Now I hear na or say so ujaya ni mami no. Eri kan say na chese wa makwan ama nyamransem ewura Ghana amayu. Say obi aba obi tna dey ope. And I say bia it tells me no say Orizania she loses everything. Ejuma all day over 3 decades. I know. Now baby how kind na quite interesting to me. I say ono betumi asinebo akachiro bia say for this 3 decades ejuma why no she has never been corrupt or bribe. Well, I think that as a psychologist, it borders on ethical leadership, and it was very interesting to me. So, we to me a public. Now, me whom crofos are many muchiba because oka sans no public. Now, pass away be a way a corrota. Not just I say, oh, what be
reverse psychology.
Exactly.
Reverse psychology.
Exactly. Whether it is reverse psychology or not, the point is that once ubuye no kase me say me yeda opabra. No, so but obi speak me can say maybe so. That's the side.
We speak back say obo.
Exactly.
Me say am open.
That's the part I'm looking at. Not even the reverse psychology. The part they say unya kasa pa. Well, opinion say okay and the member. And it was quite interesting to me. And you know, my hand part. I think me konsukuti government spokesperson. Kwachi ofusu. Uye ya pena ono so ede aban position betudwa. Eno na echi me ba ho. Me from where I sit again with the laws of leadership and the mission on leadership as psychologists no. And kame me catch aban krasa me kame ni one kransa. But later me ba ho. The kan okan say o say aban president acts strictly in accordance of constitutional demands. Say amambrano ɛkyerɛ ɛkwan a ɛfa so ɛnima nti president ne n'abadwafoɔ they are acting strictly to that nti maame ne sɛ mo no ɛfa no a ɔbɛka sɛ bi akyakya no ɛnyɛ saa ne te number 2 deɛ ɔka ne sɛ ɔse constitution kyerɛ sɛ the processes na ɛsɛ sɛ wɔde the removal of a chief justice ɛfa so no baako ne sɛ it must be held in camera na kyerɛ sɛ ɛsɛ sɛ wɔ respect sɛ ɛnsɛ sɛ epue na committee na adwuma nyinaa wie a na afei ɔmo de mo report kɔ a ɔwɔ any counter view bi a obetumi de aba ɔsɛ yɛn no nso no na ordinarily anka aban will not do that ɔmɛtwɛn na ba mama me de asɛm ba nti no he is forced to say ɔno so bɛ comment
Babiano.
yes number 3 ne sɛ ɔka sɛ ebinom ɛka sɛ there is political harassment ɛna maame no ɛpɛsɛ yi ne nti ɛne yɛyɛ ne saa ɛno nso pɛ sɛ ɔkyerɛ Ghana fo sɛ nokora biara anim number 4 nso a ɔkae ne sɛ woyɛ public official a there is no law mmara bi ani hɔ ɛkyerɛ sɛ wo no yɛma wo special treatment dabi woyɛ public official na Ghana ni a amammara no ɛhyɛ yɛ nyinaa process biara mu no sɛ wo sɛ de wofam bi well ɛhɔ no later ɛbɛhwɛ medeɛ ɛmafom madwene mu no ɔkae bada yɛn saa na mehu no ɔdi wonim sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛ pɛ nso yɛn nyinaa yɛ pɛ sɛ mɛboa
no correct
yes
Kwamzifa can say monkeys play by sizes.
What are you talking about? Your processes be any protocols be position me or why the mama eka ho na say ntina esabe opanyi bi IGP epuya or the we didn't anim no on anti say okoha no there be I was say right didn't anim anamboa and no ka ho nti no ye nyɛ bi a mbra no sɛ nyinaa yɛ pɛ but in practice
enti sa
ɛnsa nete nyɛ bi hɔ a ɛma ebi different kakra ɛna number 5 ɔkan ne sɛ ɔse edu lodge hɔ na committee no ɛset no ɛyɛ committee na nkasa na request sɛ yɛmɔ baabi a ɔmbɛtumi atena na me ahobambo kakra bɛ hɔ ne ade nti it was at the instance for the committee ɛna ɔmofa na ɛhɔ ɛnyɛ intimidating at all. Now let me come to my reflections on this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm say me try say you behe the substance of the issue. Now, both from my many side, ne aban side no, o process ni na bisa hon say what is emerging for you. The kind sa process here koso yi say succeed. That is to say sa aban edin kunimu a say I say aban ne maame no. Nti fa ne sa so abiding kunimua for close to about 70 years over 68 years mewa
sure
yeah kyerɛ sɛ CJ yeah you know and that is very interesting now the interest na yɛn sɛ epia our democratic credentials no ɛkɔ anim kakra ana ɛkɔ ebi sɛ okay kyerɛ sɛ two on the part of government say obi a the petition biba as to whether the petition has substance or otherwise or substance of course the process can be triggered any substance occurrence na a trigger no obi ehye baby a obi say ho say am I safe any you one nti mo say nkofo ka say we ebi nsi da now so ebi nsi da so nkyerɛ say entumi nsi ebi nsi da so nkyerɛ say esi a na yɛ wrong. But it's quite interesting to look at it from that angle. Number 2, ni say, Nana, processes being ena yede maame no FM. Process being. And when you focus me say opportunity fees you say ebe catch us say then chemewua. This is a woman or take the bench over 3 decades. And ono catch many wa your lawyer say the processes are not transparent. What is in here about?
Me too, Prof.
My child they invest in Ghana for about 23 years now.
Okay.
Or this one child they na me chere processes You will not doubt me.
So dan me be your interview ho chechem nyo maybe man doubt because one out here. Me ba office no be interview.
What did
Ti nyo ma ka nya no.
you do?
Ko na o.
What na to make say oh na dia okay. Of course, so what to say obi aka. Obi make a counter claim to the American one. Now obi from say hey, prof, I say I don't know.
You kan ye no.
The okay no.
Mo rem kakra.
Mo rem kakra. Obi so aka say. But for the first ni obi a obeti ma me no nsem no oka no. The ade ba ka obi say ho say process be need na fam. Na so no a oye lawyer no asatra bench. A justice no. Essay process na ya. Then you need to think about it. Say e dey na ekosunti a o say enye.
Unyini say bi oye victim sunti na all ka say process na nye no.
Well, it could be so. But most of the time, so be a victim, no can say processes be enya. One it should draw your attention quickly to look at the processes. Say, what is happening? Because on him said yeah, process and some more can or say a quiet idea first one. Say yes, a tone a bear them for her to be bad. On one from Intino and a oka. Intino, what do you mean? Say, ordinary person in everybody. Oh, Uncle Kako will be empty. That's what it means. But because Obi our or no a lawyer, and I feel better than a bench or a justice. Essay process be koswa a threat to our democratic laurels. Said, yeah, Ghana, oh, Dana. That would be very interesting for any Ghanaian to listen to it. Because don't forget, so we are talking about another major arm of government, the judiciary.
Sure.
And idea home person better say in a democracy is a subversion of one of the arms. You don't want to hear at all. Any Ghanaian, and for me, as a psychologist, I'm in him Namesia eba nipa nipa isu ho. And they said the nipa use power ever. I'm very much interested to listen to that. The third point, make you and they say, Odi mami read statement B and I mention
you.
Me say in human psychology, whenever people perceive any unfair treatment, they are more likely to violate all rules of decency and prioritize self-preservation.
As a Chinese saying,
in human psychology, whenever people perceive, use my words carefully. Perceive, just say, perceive.
You should say, the grain say.
Anytime people perceive any unfair treatment, they are more likely to violate all rules of decency and prioritize self-preservation. Now, Mati say, now second one, and he say, second one, and he say, me say, Mame can't know her. Now, sana, me final thoughts on this matter.
Peace 104.3 Kokrokoo no asugo uti Professor Safo and the platform no so a Chief Justice in suspension in a press conference or ye no or didn't adventure to gan Prof when
second statement I may say you don't expect acquiescence from someone who perceives injustice. Mechasi.
Did you? Now bow some tougher.
Me tougher me borba. Dedi kanodi when psychologists are your laws be your conscience mu a kyerɛ sɛ obi esusu sɛ yɛ mfame ɛmfa ɛkwan a ɛyɛ pɛpɛrɛ so a obuo bia ɛwɔ sɛ obu ne ho anaasɛ oso ne ho because ate sɛ nkurɔfoɔ sɛ oh na nsɛ sɛ ɔkasa saa ɛsɛ sɛ nka onya abotrɛ ɛti ɔyɔnko ho a
before say to them.
Now, a oh, now so nyabotre na such a person of a high standard. This is not what the laws of human conscience says. So be perceive, say process be enkosuya. I'm telling you, say discretion or exercise. Because a self-preservation. Oh, bon, hope I say, and don't forget, say if indeed the all cancer process no say o man ho kwan na go through ni ewie ni eyi no a 35 years of work lost. Think about that.
And obone ho ban.
Yes.
Obone ho adwa.
You are trying to protect yourself.
Okay.
Now so far the man can I have not queried any processes. May hear the American. Na may hear the Abankan. Na may be sa kosa say. Dear you know. Sa necessary no ana.
Any question?
Any question?
Asembisa.
Now we can that's the question. Maybe sir.
Okay.
Dear yade ma many femuno. Processes na yade ni femuno. Sa necessary echo. My second and last question is say ye ni adni fam wi na ban ka say e fe die ya establish a certain law of can say prima facie
a lawyer for bro
you say fe die ti awonti kwa life is a cycle say ofufuro so bada achia ye betumi afasa akwa no aso bio
ofufuro say ban fofo
na say CJ ye ba akwa say ofufuro so ba
okay
it is ofufuro bada achia sa na say kwa na
say you acting CG.
Are we beginning as a nation to violate certain sanctity spaces? Maybe sakosa. Eti ayakosa maybe be some this week. And as a researcher, Matt David deep into this. May your government or school, secondary school. And I'm quite interested in issues of this nature. Say, baby, ayadi adiene kono.
Sana I was a corner.
Sana say e corner na.
No ya sembisa. Yeah, that's it. Professor Safo and I'm telling Kano or say on the topics be so be on choose one. Or choose the suspended CG and any press conference. And we'll be saying now money in our question say dear air kono sa and there was a corner na. May you call a year Kama Dean so no so the submission or choose one topic out of their lot. Now no so I make it justice to but ansana Kama baba my info messages back one na menu be income. Abranche one friend about was so okay or say honorable niwa dubiase no crapa na okano. Now no egg mama radio station be a work in important more your money 3.5 a month. We say so many be so na manager ne obi ayaka into a bad is a business manager na kwasai to was in Ukraine na honorable record timinyano na onka we so the abase aha afa na mo ka say e ba bia ba to obi ehonyo was o ma we pe ene o ma ye we abibire mu ha ye to aba wi a omo ya to aba mo no omo join the next election not the next generation your friend Kwadwo Mensa or Chufu Praso ono no so di we ahwemo mami Vince ya na enebe no kram why but wo message bi na de bad ya make me mo number no so anyway yes me nya kwan mampen fo inkasa kama di wadaroma out of the lot topic emu de na choose
odi me da say say ne Prof aka ho asem na me so magina so
ehwa na adu ahoden ko
ehwa esanse eya asema ana eye asema da apono so a ehu hia papa
okay
emaye odi me sheda ko bisa me ho say from 1992 yenya the constitution the fourth republican constitution na ibano how many chief justices ene yatimanya omo me kai say Justice Philip Archer and edin chance here after that and Justice Aban ebaye Justice Ewedun so ebaye kwa till now ye wo Justice Tukono just say as time goes on no, the judiciary has seen a top echelon no changes be ebaye now maybe second question on this matter. Justice Ayanya omu nyina no ejuma omu ye no Supreme Court no political cases constitute what percentage? Go and do your research.
Say amanyosemu nsema court no ohamu chichemu sen na ekro
100% and 1%.
Okay.
To say about 99% eye ejuma omu ye ma timamfo
Mo Monica.
Just say it's not really political. But the danger, as some way posing it say, yeah, the politics now, I can cry a woman, and here, I could say the entire system. And that's a danger. Maybe MPP ni. Na yanka who said from 92 no nya MPP na atina Johnson till now. Absolutely. Sanso na NDC antina honum till now. Now so the constitution a year war in no over 32 years. And no na still so.
Any nya de adwuma.
Absolutely. And I'm saying say my ma yan kasa ya parochial interest. Ana ye selfish interest. I could say a system ebe high. Mekaya bako sem kakra. Justice Apalu. No, you're head of the judiciary after a muye coup 1979. AFRCA coup. Now, Justice Apalu, once a coup ya, you throw everything aside apart from judiciary. No, and no, normally, they don't touch the judiciary. And the reason is that they serve as protectionists. Ohona emrano eye juma na nkasa.
Omo de emrano boy nyina ho ban.
Na 79 omo koto abawie ya new parliament baye no. Na Justice Apalu was still the head of the judiciary. Now so ye ka say onsi from no nko parliament nko veto no ansa na waba. And na kofa this case baye to 4 versus Attorney General. A lawyer for
Ombekai no.
We can lawyer ni so we can kan
kakra mo.
Now so sa to 4 versus Attorney General. Ya papa amakoto 4. Na me fa ne kransie. Kuma say on na this asem we court. That was the first time Chachuchi Katane na Nakufado nyina lawyers Emma.
One person
like this.
Yeah.
They were not against each other. They were on the same point. And their reason was simple. Say Chief Justice Etuhonum Esan say one co parliament na wako parliament na obia on sebi on shade nimra amano approval intino sa Chief Justice on timi court na hono no mo call Supreme Court. Na Supreme Court can say there be once the regime change did not remove him as head of judiciary. I was still honum no. Vetting or whatever no could not also have taken him out and to continue as Chief Justice. You see, the reason and the reasons behind it is say the sanctity of that institution no at any given time no so you're protected. Now, thirdly, share Article 125 of the Constitution of 1992. What did it say? It said justice emanates from the people of Ghana and shall be administered on behalf of the people
of Ghana
by the judiciary.
Okay.
It means doc ti meme ti yen nyina na ye sabi judiciary no. Because it emanates from us. We decide. Until when said the president per Article 146, you have the right to trigger certain processes. Nanso. It is not every journey that we embark on that will raise questions. Ena, Prof. Kayeno. In Sembi or Honoma, you may have the right to do it. But yes, if a lot of reasoning and thinking
okay.
That is why Article 296 is there talking about discretion. Again. And then they say, constitution. I am worried because I'm a young man. Well, in my 40s, I'm still young.
Yeah, you are young.
You understand? Sanso na ebia honorable so young. Doc na ebia omo kakra promise.
Doc grad 52 also young.
Young. Wow. Now, the me raising issues in this say. The raising issues in this say. Ochine binti oko set presidents be at the honuma obi so baya was say ne oye na nura no enne me ba beye.
Yeah, to aso.
Okay na see parliament. Speaker Backben eka say enam say the predecessor Speaker Makokwe Emma judgment bi nso no akoya president amano onso the president so nanso na ebia sebi we dia ye papa mesrawa na pay na decision na oteki ye no so ebia na enye. But because it has become a president, Speaker Babin say, Mr. Meji so. Omuko do Supreme Court. What did the Supreme Court say? Supreme Court can say, "Sa decision no enye papa." Inti mon sign corner mon ko hwe ye. enti nya bibia na obeya to honoma eye I am saying say me tie mame no I was worried me nim no da I've not seen her but I'm looking at how a koya ye deni faso now so we say oh emra e the law look let me tell you
obi atia mra de
yes
say friends of osu kwache say eyemra nti ade na say emra de a ye mama me emfam na bibia nko
eyemra of course I'm saying say any problem say obefa hom but you see me bisa tama a call council of state look at what the former chief justice did so far Yakufu okay say den ye nya report say we recuse no say sa asem na ono ye gina so ebe chief justice no sebi entwa ye and she won't be part of the process as a member of council of state ye nya report from TUC Trade Union Congress we say yes we can no in some way nya bay say yeah no kwade yes so we think say the president we shouldn't fast on this
okay
justice emanates from us TUC is all of us
sure
for me it is not say you see MPP should not say yeah MPP for yeah calm justice no Debbie I disagree me MPP but I disagree on that point
I agree with you
but I'm a citizen of this country and I am speaking for the judiciary the sanctity of that entity
okay
and I think that is what I always say okay
it
made it same way no
o si form no
messi form no mesre amanyo sem na ye de beba mu no ana ye nyina de beba mu no emwa yen and I think that the woman we should have core evidence and strong cases against her
okay
to remove a chief justice is not a joke at all but I think that President Mahama, if you want to carry this legacy, that is up to you.
Kamadin, that is the voice of Kamadin, New Patriotic Party, MPP Deputy Communications Director. No, and I'm watching in Kano. Doc, also the next 7 minutes, me patch your topic, man, I would choose.
And sir, your Chief Justice, I say, Yenina, you be found. Prof Kazembiza of
There's a mama prof for Chakwana to Obianam Takwano so Caterpillar where you can.
Except sir or Kazembiza or the first psychological or a psychologist or the or look at this from the psychological perspective. Mesumi the befa economics. Me the hona me defa.
Say mesumi kebia come the befa kotochie.
Na me the befa economics na me tutu me kan tentem na maka say de o makenya me no bia ya adwen empanyfo me no maka say except say papa de a o kan say o say o kan bibis this former speaker the first one
okay the presidents
me kwade me hunu say wo de wa mana e light dodo me hunu say growth say behwa wo de hwe nansen enema bi asi yenim say tama yewura John Ajekunku ebedi ade some people lost their jobs you can't deny yewura Tamils by some people lost their jobs that is also true yewura Nana Akufo-Addo by some people lost their jobs nansan ya ayidi abai that is unprecedented ebin sida na ni nyina na ye growth kakran na baaye no ana ye toa so na no ede ne yete Bank of Ghana nipa 100
yes I recall you man
yani ye kasa me ka ho bi because metro kra me na almost 1 hour because nipa aye adwuma akodi ya fa nipa ye omu interview na ye se omu nya adwuma oma ye nhwe se ye befa wo ma na ya oma go through process ni nyina wi 100 ni nyina nkofie se ba kokura ni ho a sabe na standard timi efa no ya me se me wakoda bi ata ebia wo tie me wota tie me pa ya nansi akra in fact Friday me research bia me ye oba beji ni sika akra we ya akoda wa wi university ni ma me ye hiani wa bra me na wiye school ni ma me bua no ma wo wiye na akra ko wiye school a adwuma ni ho etitem bia Legon me ye research ana waba na me de na field sa Samuel Asia and o frame say dog bidinyamidi edawase and the snake amemedwuma so yeah Jesus yeah this guy has started working it was net yeah why adwuma o yetwianeka na say okwa adwuma o say ye de white envelope we abeto no na is of fire dismissal letter kofi ya nyi won senate
wan kan ne boni awaye
ya yi nipa na di me say me wo madam fo bi mintimi mo ni diri ya me ne Olegon na o ye me mate me ne ya adamfo pa wakoye adwuma o Ghana Education Service na o ye adwuma o baabi na o ye adwuma na nke hoye me hu yan se wagya akọ Ghana Education Service na the problem a wo nyina ne se brebi ya twam okoye se okoye MP eno kokoye o enya achew
obi asoma no
on the ticket of MPP ene me no ka se waye adwuma ewo Ministry of Education ebe 5 years or so ni o yapam no on say the abano eye growth na bibia so enyina eba eye wana ade chen dey ebe yetu
we no o de link CJ issue na
na link na growth no e kwhya free omu di free yi maami a ye pam ni
Charlotte say
e
okay
hona growth no e hyase e di ntina okoye ye nyina tete say the 2 deputies and a reporter no ma mo ba bonten kra bi ebe ye o mo hopo mo guom ho fi pa ya ye nyina ye okrum ayete pa ni 2 deputies ne ma me na no na nya outside the bill chesen charges o mo boy no in fact ne hadwen e bia mini hu nimde satani bia na esenke bia na ekufa do etwe break na de oye na ye na nye wa ye wi na saadi na ekufa do ye no enunti no enyese bia army of NDC they didn't hide it. In fact, they went on to declare so almost ba omubeya omukaye
na say aya tika
omukaye na de omubeya de anya tika we abrusu growth me nka no offend the president no de oye na mebeye and say say na ti dan nke be yi maami owo electoral commission
Jane Mensa
so ati say as they say no ba bia sha ase efiri no eche say mabeka se me wa ha I'm a prof gra I'm you endorse me who say a cover up I'm a man for to di matempa say ade a ekui etokos wa enche ye beto aba December bia be wie no ye lecturer na sa ba we so na bre na ye lecturer de oba no you are going to lose your job eso se sound nema aba bia ba ordinary nurses beba ordinary doctors beba bad yeah we come once so much say as ye di agro na am I a democracy no almost 32 years right instead of growing it is retrogressing it is declining a form pa yeah we can
I guess a former kwani ya CJ suspension in India
and then kunyamba bebrebe na nya we enkomo we ye dinti na we na America e form there amana form amame na ba bia ye duru mami be kasa ye ne se de minu abobo osu ebia na semo de ebia de okene nyina aboboa but na me hwese bia metis from other side of course enya na sema o kan ye sonko ansa na asam kra ye ko ka sama na nkesi ni kwa se eba public domain no ansa na ye betan so na eba public domain ama ye nyina yetimi akenka bi menim say that is the procedure ye nyina kenka bi na ye hwe nsam a ye kenka yi na ye hwe se bi mpredua san na abamufo kra mo wo hwi mpanyifo yutu kwa ya so omo so omo de nkrofo e ka omo hokọ ye hu say ye president say ye am speaker say ye hwan almost the amanfo tu kwai say what you say ya ma me ne che say emra ne man ema akwanya sa say obetimi de ni kuna na say dey ne ba akọ o de ni kunu ne ba akọ say what you say ba akọ kra ne eye papa bi ya say okọ mukra mu have to be amutimi yesa sento kwesi se bia mu ya of journalist of we host na me first nke bia nka me papa ye de ayirima say you definitely sack the two of us or sack one of us
sure
what are sir
you calm on nerves down
so na say nya ya say papa we de
near you free air
we nyina aka de ntira ye pam no ho no na me nya lawyer me ntinsem na se na say de ma me ne be kan ne na yewura ame kwachu fuzuzu abontan be kasa ati me ehu se o kan se de maame ne kan obo a eti se de maame ne kan ne womu dia ne se ebeyi ne dia ne che se eye bo hye bia yewura John Dramani mama sheye se we hu se bench no akoye MPP for doors eti NDC for ya omususu ye you know omusu enye ready we de ya de a wo kan kla na oba odom bewuram me pacho me ne pacho oba odomu bewuram to oba odomu bewuram na me kan se asem we me obi a ya Facebook me ta ne amanfo me ta
prepare grow
exactly Emma obi as obi ebo se ma me kwa wo cha do on free one time say the be ya omo maka na ebetimi dia ka omo na yi omo nyina na of ya sanitize the situation oma system na ya clean e wan na make sure me nua no say system na opese e clean me ne wo ya adwen pa but it is to you because wo de na no ya fa nipa foforo aba no ya ye wo aba na e fa no ntin na onye gidie saa o ba hwe hu se obi soso e wo ho a foforo na wo de ne ba no so e dey ompe it is any pan say that thing be say 30 years 40 years 50 years also nya kwanya ba also de ne de beba and no na growth in American because
you Ghana the best a very set na chepa
we are here no it na me person make as a president no growth no dey say chief justice nko na Yero John Dramani ma yi na di a ene ye de obeba no only chief justice dey o obeyi all the supreme court judges
hey
say any growth in America
one can
yes no a growth never na say ye kodru sa bre no ene say de nkrofo a ene ye yi wo madi e wo fom yidie pa asiami hu bi da ya ene na meka say unprecedented ya ye yi adie ya ye gusu a ye yi so now no Bank of Ghana de nye ya no na birima ya den dey say ya de o mafre wo
okay
ya dai ya ka ye ntra edie ne si ye just should have I mean fact eso mo ba bonti kwa be chirechire mu die nti na de
ya te Bank of Ghana issue be next week
we have to be very careful in this country o man ye nyina dia say ya hwe ne so man no ba ebogu ye nyina eti so amanyofo no omu de ye ko omu de ye tumi ka dodo
ya te enkobium also the to be carried. Mami can message you in honorable Adubiasi salam honorable. I say hi with you. Well done for the excellent moderation of this morning show. Kokrokoo on behalf of Chairman General Kwame Sefaka and the Cardinal. Was say to the GJA election, I wish them well and pray that the winner will be a father to all journalists and also pray that a non-partisan role in Ghana politics. God bless. Ghana Bar Okanger, CEO of Ghana Bar Enterprise, and also Ode Arisono. Good morning to you, former coach of Kumasi Asante Kokrokoo, Dr. Prosper Ogum. Doc, thank you so much. Mr. Michael Banahen, thank you so much. Mamuti Abontin Nanso, Edamasi. Sabri Yankwe, na honorable Adubiasi Abdul Salam, Adaroma. It's you.
You me that say, say, me were interest were LGBT.
7 minutes.
LGBTQ.
How now they found?
There be na me were interest on pa but.
To within 7 minutes, no back and off.
Me penny for ya cancer ma. I was say.
Ultimate training no ma.
Ultimate training no. So I was say ultimate training. Me try say
7 minutes no.
Next 4 minutes.
Okay.
Me ultimate training some no ba ku mienu. Na ma hwe say betimi akọ LGBTQ was.
Ona bumpa chomate.
Edi kan no. Em say utie ensema me nuanom mpenifo bi ensen kana obeka say omayimo this is the first time ye di obi ye apply article 146 e wo obi so thought ya say but etiefo nim say ente sa onim say the first time ananke ye attempt say ye be use article 146 e MPP for ye nua another pre me am leader of parliament
honorable Frank another
pre any nipa baako and the say Shraj boss at that time no the nyoma bi a woye no a constitute misconduct
okay
ntinka president Mahama omo petition president Mahama say on trigger article 146 na yemfa enyi nimfiri sa wokai pacho pedifo amoti nyina sa mokai
these are facts it will be intimate dispute you.
The second time again, and also na President Mahama time, Obi, I'm a former Supreme Court judge and as High Court judge. A petition President Mahama said, "Yeah, mame, Georgina Wood, and also Nanka, the Niomabia, and also yeah, no, na it's Yamra. I was saying here, ye revoke Professor Mills, yes. There was saying also Nanka, wash as Professor Mills. Ebe trigger article 146 ya and Professor Mills share or share and was it there be once a ma wokan eni nyina so bia de etoso miensa no abeye ahwasode eye president anamenua Kamadi na eka ho asem ye ne aye maame ye friend Charlotte say
the former EC boss
former chief justice
Charlotte said no electoral commission
former EC you say chief justice
former
electoral commissioner mami ɛna ɛhwɛ abatoɔ so ɛma for the first time we say 2016 no MPP we need landslide. That was the biggest your friend is saying electoral victory. Na political party bia
enya bisa
2016. Ma me ne hwɛ ye processes no so ɛma MPP di nkunima na omokra no ma na nwene so mbedi bida. Obabe yeto aba ni wie ye no. Ana yese ekwan a yedi chief justice fa so ya. Ekwan a yedi chief justice fa so ya. Ena go for petition President Akufo-Addo. Ena President Akufo-Addo ehwe nkrata no no se o. Ensem a enkofo akan. Mehwa ewo some merit. Enti ene constitution ne say den constitution ne say ye de sa de we brame a me de me ni ho hwe say me hwem na say me hwe say eyade e wo say e wo nyina so nti ye to aso a e wo say me de kɔ ye friend is saying Council of State. Na Council of State yes, the Council of State establish the lawyer for one friend of prima facie na
sure
na ya to aso
okay
and ye didi mu na mra yi edi mami one say
the deputies
and edi wo mo and ye yi wo mo free so minianom sa mra no ye nyina ye kan nsem amuti ya mo kan before see ye be yi mami no obi aka kire President Akufo-Addo say ekwan a wo de electoral commission fa so yi Saban fufuro bi ba say de menua kama DNA prof eken. Saban fufuro bi ba ono so will be tempted
to do
use the same your friend is almost yo eyemra say wo problem afa court. Ana me boa
mbacho mitio.
Ena edidi mu a na ye de sesa maami. Ena abedru ha bibie we. Enti menua no man sama mo kan nyina sa.
Anti nanu asem no bia.
Enye nanu asem ni bia. Ye ne say nanu asem na ne say. Emra mu no say ye nanu asem no kura so a.
Honorable but on our form on our platform. Honorable the enti am 1 minute. The enti am make kan nanu asem. 1 minute but we silent. The enti am kan nanu asem ni say explanation ni examples na wo de man. Na akwa say ya draw the ato say edru ye so a. Yes, your baby.
Mame no, all Casano. Any more motive have Muka saying in Asenka Obi in the processes, no, Obi atomra. I can be this a moon in our site. A friend is saying, Emrana
Watuno, okay.
South Yassi,
okay.
And yes, Emrano, ye be a woman, Mubiana, ye did you be a okay, and Kofua or Mufi say this particular article no crying problematic. South Yassi, because yes. So what kind of one now? Or say misconduct in a day and misconduct. So yeah, say be mufi say I was say ye see and I say liar a regulatory sa particular article. So yeah, say but as it stands now ye dear
Obi anto mrebia. Nti say dem na ne chena na ye this way.
Openi ka growth. So yeah, say growth no in the constitution and they say yeah apply constitution no. So what you say? Say ye kan na President Mahama baye na ya sha say na what say ye intimidate Chief Justice ye fa kwan boni bi so na ye de yi na firi hono mu abra ye fa mra kwan so na nka beti matena ha ne.
Ma me say mu hunahuna no.
So what you say? Unia say ye hunahuna wa. Ye hunahuna wa. The first thing na we say obeko police station na me boa. Obe report to case no. E dey the security agencies. So what you say? Na
Professor Osafo.
Prof say emra you say emra I was say apply emra no to the latter but e duru ba bia I was say ye hwe nipa ne nyina ye pe nanso ebi mu e wo anim e che it doesn't I don't think say the prof can say because we chief justice ni ntino I was say ye simra ni trase.
No, that's not what he said.
No,
that was
the import. No, that was the import of what he was saying.
Some positions come with protocols.
Yes,
but that was the point.
The law is no respecter of person.
He hasn't said so.
So what you say? But now, so I said because other than that, no.
Yeah, you are not listening to me.
No, I was listening. I was listening very well. Was see, ye nyina ye pe. So what you say? Just an akan. Name mo ne dru ba bia. I was say apply protocols.
Maybe one can say apply.
Protocols about it. For example,
Honorable, wait there 1 minute. It's answer Prof went in Mr. Obunenidium. I decided there as the host, Mr. Wade. Ka mono inche a home kit to a be. Now for me, Fatana money you sorry.
Me my example, for example, say
who you sue IGP?
IGP.
Yeah.
IGP say in
yeah.
Nti ana IGP ko be bia.
Na motoke de dinemi.
Because your protocol be a fa ho. And the substance of the law.
Okay.
That's my point.
You know,
okay.
IGP sirens or use is governed by law.
And
It's governed by law. Yes, and say IGP use siren say members of
Emrama Kwan.
Enti no use siren. Enti
well understood.
Yes.
Enti
the enti say Chief Justice no. Oye nipa te say nkofo a omo ba na se e ma ebi wo ho a or discharge omo wa akweti omo ebi mo ho nso a o jeli omo no. Enti se mra ni di na
dino.
E wo se edino. De to so biom. Na prof insinuate say as ade we say between government and suspended Chief Justice enenya. And I see that differently. What I say, because we say the government has nothing to do with your friend is saying the petitioners. Meaning say obi wa hanu mo betimi aka say onim say aban mu nipa and the question will be achi say one throw petition no family. Now in fact abra Charlotte or say the anybody no. Who kai the President Kufuor kai.
Pacho kai me.
O say one no there. He's just a conveyor belt. So what you say? And for you to insinuate say Aban succeed, Aban doesn't have to succeed. Where your legal processes, constitutional your friend is saying process.
But mamene ba out you know it to the government spokesperson. And obey mamene.
Because now o insinuate.
Na mamene insinuate.
Yes. Okay. Na Aban asheda na o frustrating no na premeditated. Aban ade Aban adwene ho kra dada. Say or person or obey in the floor. And President Kade.
Who campaign? Mama can say on bar obeying.
Obeying. Okay, say, dear President, Mama can. In fact, yo. And we are here. Some packet court no. It's young so ba.
I'm for packet MP before. Oh okay.
And we dey now a him fan President Mama Gina ya o ka say oba obey chief.
Njo no boy say me bem kakra bia. Eno na Professor Safo Busa say de ekwe de ye hui. Ye be ni sa we say ya kwa endorse say your mampani that emra na o mai no e ka so ba. Bema ni nkofo akọ bench no. Once one does say mobile no ampa maye. Ti say ban fufun so ba no so so be ya.
So man pack bench ne keke.
Okay.
Weaponize no.
Weaponize bench.
The weapon show say.
Weaponize bench no.
Serious matter. You can say this.
Weaponize bench court.
So the judges are
the judiciary was weaponized against your friend is a MPP political opponent.
It is me to see Nancy Chief Justice. It is me to see Supreme Court judges parliament approve no. The Mukasem be no mai.
The sanitize system. And they say for but they can and I make a choice that be make a choice say me what you say what's a man walk no baby any one my President Mahama e ka say oba obey Chief Justice okay so what you say baby any what the President Mahama ka say MPP NDC
honorable member 7 but you rem ta kwa 10 minutes into time waso
oh there be na some
and I'm going to my member 1 minute for abon po o de
my interject you be ampa my di na interject me
and me grammar interject you
I grammar your friend is
and into the member 1 minute 1 minute me pa cho
say judges for the NDC
enti me
me pa cho monto mo na omo na simple
in your friend say issues no am say ne
yeah
we say maame no we a victim of one ankasa ne system
own system na you be say question
yes inia no so can I say on your victim but the system we apply no the culture was setting at the judiciary no and one or more apply no
okay
and no or question your friend is saying Justice Puaman that pay has been on the bench he has been your boss your friend is saying now we are the boss. So what you say? And the culture wo seti ewo your friend say judiciary na transparent wo na wo supervise your friend say the judiciary.
Okay.
So what you say enti say system no maybe on your victim but the American say the same system one we leading no and one ya apply. It is transparent na one na thickness no in the judiciary.
Honorable Yankonkwa. Ni wadu bi ase Yankonkwa. Honorable na so wanyi o. To wanyi ji nyina. Honorable yan kan age na so wanyi ji nyina.
Odi Odi Mr. 1 minute me sra atiefo say Wednesday 6:30 KDM.
Okay.
Methodist Society East Legon KDM. Jordan Fe me kwaya me try service abeye lay preacher for Methodist Church Ghana. Eti me invite obi a oti including Odi.
Odi where there Krabia here obi da mama from London.
Oh say
Tufohene of your friend say Edukrum Ekwapem.
Okay.
Also Otio from London pa na wa moderator show ne yie papa.
Me da na say.
Eti encha ne yie papa.
Me da say fa. Okay, the voices you heard this morning Bafo we. As I go poku dem dwumi ni nya dwuma o. As I go do na se o me hamadwen. Sufra wo nyame. Yanko yapon. The voices you heard this morning on Kokrokoo. Honorable Adams Abdul Salam, the Member of Parliament for New Adubiase representing the National Democratic Congress, NDC. Kamal Dean, Deputy Communication Officer for the New Patriotic Party, MPP. And Jabia Naba no on your patro. Saudi Arabia, no, Dr. George Domfe, Senior Research Fellow at the Center for Social Policy, University of Ghana, Legon. And my friend and brother, my senior colleague, Professor Joseph Kwame Osafuadu. Penifo we ne bebo an openia di Kokrokoo chumedi ni premo. We did your dia kan Kwame Yabu Akwajo Asante, Reverend Kwajo Asante, Stephen Bafo, Peter Square, and the stubborn cat, Isaac Opoku. The least chance to be near no akwaje iho. Hey, boy, yeah. Mama Africa, Mami Biama Kwafo. Channel Susembe Trema Nana Yao Kese, any Chairman General, Kwame Sefakan, Yago ya Dona Dumbidumia, Ochina, Esabishia, Ewo Jumedisu. Bidi Yami Jamo, a Kwansu Bebre will be back on radio by 4 to 6 p.m. This is Peace 104.3. Kofi Kumbers and the Royal Baby. Up next.
Enti hwese wesi wudan kama wesi mu kama na wanya hoho kama na ve leakages nkwa esanse o plumber alpha pipe papa anya adwumenti enti kai plumber bia wo ye adwuma ma